The universe right now is showing us incredible degrees of separation. And what I mean by that is by looking out into the world, watching the news, paying attention to how we feel as we maneuver through life, we may be feeling a sense of fear, a sense of instability, anxiety. The foundation of our lives are constantly being threatened by the awareness of violence and those among us who wish us harm. And this degree of separation that we're seeing is based on the choices that we make when hardships arise. We all have variants of degrees in which we grew up, the situations that we were under, the situations that we are currently under, and the universe in her beauty is showing us the difference in degrees by how we handle the hardships of life. This is indeed a school. Every day we wake up and we will learn something. We'll learn something about our emotions, about our sensitivity, about our patience, about our attitudes. Every day we interact with our general philosophy of life. And our general philosophy of life determines the mode in which we move forward in life. If our attitude or philosophy regarding life is a negative one, everything that we experience in life will be tainted by the visuals, the colored glasses, as it were, that we are seeing life through. And seeing the violence that's occurring in this world, it's plain to see that people who are doing harm to other people, people who are abusing other people, whether emotionally, mentally, physically, people who are being violent to other people, the things that we see on the news. I have to think that that comes from a place of just giving up. And of course, we all have backstories. I'm certain that we could look at each person who makes these awful choices, does awful things, and we could look into their background and see that there were hardships. The degrees in which we separate ourselves is based on our choices of what we do with those challenges. There are plenty of examples of people who have experienced immense hardships growing up, abuses, and they went on to be extremely productive people. How did they do that? They did that because they chose a direction that they wanted that was for their highest good. And they chose that against the grain of negativity. I think all of us at a certain point develop a negative philosophy about life because we're hurting or we're suffering. And it's not uncommon as humans to have emotions and to have a moment where we begin telling a negative story about how life is hard, how it sucks, how it's against us, right? But what a lot of us do is we hear that story and we understand it doesn't feel good to hold that story. And we decide with our choice that we want something better for ourselves. We don't blame other people. We simply sit in our emotions of how we feel and we make a choice to live a better life, to go against the grain of negativity and things we might be experiencing or have experienced. And we make that degree of separation through our choice to be the best person that we could be, whatever that means, wherever we're starting from. So I think the universe is allowing us to see it. And there are so many beautiful educators and spiritual people that are sharing a message of hope, who are all in on education, connection, development, patience with others. They're doing everything that they can to counter the negative message, to help other individuals choose their degree of separation. And although the universe did not cause these things, because I'm not one to say, oh, the universe or God let this happen so you could see blah, blah, blah. I don't believe that. I think we live in a world that's crazy and crazy things happen. And true, I believe we have a life scroll that we chose to live through. But I don't believe that life scroll includes seeing yourself get murdered. I think the world is a crazy place and things happen. Horrible things happen, but it's all usable. There's a great quote, I forget who said it, but he said, never waste a good crisis. That's what we're doing on this planet. We're never wasting a good crisis. So I want you to look at your life and your philosophy. I want you to look at how much of your time is spent in a negative storyline. I want you to look at your philosophy of life, and are you spending time complaining about it? Are you spending time telling yourself how the world is against you, how the world is hard? Murphy's Law, everything bad that could happen will happen. If that's your attitude, you are going to reap more of that, because you're spending more time on that storyline and philosophy than you are focused on the quality of life that you want. So your homework is to look at your philosophy of life, the storyline that it feeds, and to choose a degree of separation that leads you to the highest quality life that you can have, and abandon all the rest. So with that being said, thank you for listening, and I'll see you next week.